you like investing in businesses, and you like investing in stocks and all forms of investment so as to multiply your money, this video is for you. I found out that over the years, people have fallen victim of several Ponzi schemes, scams, investments, and I'm coming up with something to tackle that problem. And it is called the BEC Club. For about a decade, I have invested in businesses, in stocks, in bonds, and I have not lost a dime. And I'm bringing that knowledge to people for free. There's a link below this video. I want you to click on it now and get into my free course club where you'll be taught on how to invest and not lose money, just like I have done for a decade. Thank you. If you're saying tired about the BEC premium, I'm here to explain it to you myself. Your net worth is a product of the kind of network that you have. That's what the BEC premium offers. Imagine being in a circle where you have access to people like myself, Stephen Akintayo, and Dr. Cosmas Maduka, where you are trained and you are able to have access to international trips with these people. And the BEC Premium offers you the opportunity to get this done for just a fee, a one-time fee of the 500,000 naira and annual subscription fee, which is very, very minimal. We will discuss that with you. If I were you, I'll get myself into the BEC Premium, knowing fully well that my life will never be the same, especially in my finances. Thank you for showing up and registering your interest. I want to believe that there is a number showing on the screen. You can talk with our team and they will run you through the process of how to join. Thank you. Now, before I go, I need to remind you that there are other benefits, such as helping you to monitor your portfolio, your investment portfolio, exposing you to high ROI investments, and also giving you hand-holding sessions into how to do all of these things. I'll see you at the other end. Regards.
I raised $1 million in less than 30 days without a formal pitch deck. It was 2021. We had just pivoted after attending a global accelerator. The accelerator mentors wanted us to look like a company they're familiar with to get funded. So we built a product customers didn't want. And honestly, I didn't believe in it either. One night at 1 a.m., I called my co-founder. Let's stop building this. We're going back to the original idea, which is now old school. Everyone doubted it, but I told them, what do we have to lose? So we launched after a few weeks, and it did $150,000 in revenue under 2 months and over 9,000 paying users. But we still needed more funds to deliver the product to users. So I called my friend Yele. He advised us to raise immediately to deliver the product. He also committed to invest $100,000 on the call, and we locked in the valuation, which was higher than our previous one. Then something wild happened. Almost everyone I spoke to committed. One investor wired $50,000 without a pitch. The round closed fast, and we ended up taking more than $1 million before saying no to the rest. Sometimes the most important thing you have as a founder is your gut. Trust it and take full responsibility for whatever follows. All the best.
Ask you, if you have a bank, right, or like Optimus.ng, this is your fortress. It's untouchable, but it's accessible if you need it. Yeah. Next is 20% or 1 million naira. This goes into a dollar-denominated fixed income. I'm talking about a platform like RiseVest, which offers a guaranteed return of 10% in dollars in a year over this money. So it's like a nice stabilizer for your money. Another 20%, 1 million naira, goes into dollar valued real estate. Yes, you can buy real estate for as little as that. You can earn a piece of this on a platform like Cable, where you can buy a property in the UK, US, all of that, and earn some rental income, often about 14% in a year. This is your landlord income that you add to all of this. Still on this 5 million. Now, let's take 40% of the money. That's 2 million naira. We are putting it in the US stock market. I'll split it between two ETFs. One is VUAG and the other is a tech-focused fund like VGT. This is your engine for high growth and owning a piece of the world's most innovative companies. And the final 10%, 500K, is for the bold. You can put this in a leverage USD ETF. This is your turbo booster. Higher risk, but higher reward as well. But there you have it. Just 60 seconds, we've built a powerful, diversified portfolio spread across different assets, edged against the Naira issues with a mix of stability and high growth. And you can manage all of them on your phone.
Are we live? Okay, I'm glad to be here with you. This next time you're setting up, I don't have to be matching your cables. This is not excellent, all right? Now, good evening, everyone. If you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on Telegram, I want to welcome you. Sweet to have you with me. I want us to sort the issue of network correctly before I begin to speak. And I want to say thank you to my team. I have one of the most wonderful set of people working with me. Very wonderful people. I'm starting early tonight because I have a lot to touch. And I began to speak last week on raising capital. And I remember I said a couple of things, that one of the best way to have cash flow is to invest in assets that bring about cash flow, or career that bring about cash flow, or business that bring about cash flow. 3 things can give you cash flow: a good career, a good asset, and a good business. Now, I'm aware you may not be able to type on Telegram, but I'll just open up I think the YouTube can be used for feedback. So this class is very important, actually, for every mentee. Is very, very important, because the goal of this whole thing is to hold your hand till you are able to have testimonies, and testimonial are very important to me. I want to know how you are able to apply these things. I just want to lead you into investments. I'm expanding the scope of BEC Club. I want to also hold your hands to be able to do some of the things I have done before now, and to be able to do more. So it's my own joy to see that you have cash flow through a strong business. Some of you are career men, you have good cash flow through all these 3 angles. And if you apply the things I'll be teaching in this place, you will have it. And I said, see, don't limit yourself to the realities that are prevalent around you. Nobody, I'm trying to japa, nobody's giving visa, I told you how US Embassy began to beg me to take EB1 visa. Because B1, B2, and all other category whatsoever. We have EB1. We have many other categories that are strong. And who you are matters. How the government perceives you also matters. And that's just that. So I don't want to waste time. Let's go straight to the first thing I said about raising capital is what? Bootstrapping. So I'll be teaching on bootstrapping 101 today. From what I wrote on the board. I already wrote it on the board before I came live. So I'll just be teaching from what I wrote there. Bootstrapping 101. Are we good? The lighting for the video is not good. Of course, it can be good with this position, but I don't have the time for any setup now. You should have tested that before I came live. So I'll keep moving. I have my laptop there, so whatever you guys want to do, that's go and edit the video or whatever. Now, bootstrapping 101. I spoke about bootstrapping last week, and I'm going to continue speaking about bootstrapping this week. But before I speak about bootstrapping, there's something I will later teach in the later part of our Raising Capital series. All right. In the later part of our Raising Capital series, I would like to I'd like to teach on some other things. But let me give you a hint of those things that I want to teach. There's a video by Adewale Yusuf that I said I was going to show you. And by the way, before the end of this year, we're going to be having a meeting with Adewale Yusuf. Adewale Yusuf used to be one of the people that I looked up to while I was in tech. That was the CEO of Tech Point. Those days we had a lot of meetings at Landmark Event Center, at VI. I didn't have any close relationship with him apart from professional relationship. We might have spoken one or two times, but it's just strictly professional those days. But there was something Adewale Yusuf spoke about, which I also intend to teach, and I really look forward to getting Adewale Yusuf meet with us in Rwanda in our later part of the trip, our business network trips for this year, because from information I've gathered from his team, he frequents Rwanda because of an accelerator program. But look at how Adewale Yusuf raised $1 million, and I'm telling you, if you can do it, you can do it. I've not raised $1 million from such methods, but I have mentees that have done more than $1 million. Now, Adewale Yusuf is someone I look up to when it comes to things like this, but I have people that I've mentored that have done more than $1 million, not from accelerator programs. But quickly share with me that video from Adewale Yusuf. Then after that, I'll go to Bootstrapping 101 and tell you some of the things that you need to pay attention to. All right, over to you.
I raised $1 million in less than 30 days without a formal pitch deck. It was 2021. We had just pivoted after attending a global accelerator. The accelerator mentors wanted us to look like a company they're familiar with to get funded. So we built a product customers didn't want. And honestly, I didn't believe in it either. One night at 1 a.m., I called my co-founder. Let's stop building this. We're going back to the original idea, which is now old school. Everyone doubted it, but I told them, what do we have to lose? So we launched after a few weeks, and it did $150,000 in revenue under 2 months and over 9,000 paying users. But we still needed more funds to deliver the product to users. So I called my friend Yele. He advised us to raise immediately to deliver the product. He also committed to invest $100,000 on the call, and we locked in the valuation, which was higher than our previous one. Then something wild happened. Almost everyone I spoke to committed. One investor wired wire $50,000 without a pitch. The round closed fast, and we ended up taking more than $1 million before saying no to the rest. Sometimes the most important thing you have as a founder is your gut. Trust it and take full responsibility for whatever follows. All the best.
Okay, that was from Adewale Yusuf. Like I said, my relationship with Adewale Yusuf spans to a decade, but strictly professional. I remember when we had a pitch program at Landmark, and he was the one that brought these VCs to listen to us. Well, I never got any funding from that. Those were those days when I still used to, 2017, I still used to run around looking for. Now I can bootstrap anything. I can bootstrap for anything. But now, for those of you that have registered for the BNC trip, don't forget, we are starting the trip from several locations. From Lagos, Nigeria, we have inspections to do, and that will start on Monday. What's the date for Monday? Monday should be 16. I'll be in our Lagos church in person on 15th. I'm so excited about our Lagos family. I've not seen them in a while. I've missed them. So I'll be with them on 15th. On 16th, we'll be doing the tour, which actually opens your mind to how businesses should be done. And, you know, it just helps your mind to grow when you see some of the things that is being done by us and by the kind of people that we have around us. And it also opens you up. So we're doing about movement about 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, which includes a business school from Italy. But we're going to be having that meeting somewhere in Shangotedo. So if you are in the mentorship platform and you have registered for the business network, whether conference or tour, please prepare yourself to be a part of it, especially those that are members of LandPace. Please prepare to be a part of it. Now, before I go to bootstrapping, let me quickly drop a comment on that video. That's raising funds through some accelerator programs. And I can mention a couple of them. As a matter of fact, the headquarters of one of these accelerator companies is in Rwanda. And if we have the time, we would actually drop by to register our presence there before. We look forward to having a smooth meeting with those in Rwanda and Kenya. And then we have 2 other legs, which we hope we will be able to do. That's Uganda and UK. And for those of you that are registered, I want to believe that my office has delivered your flight tickets to you. I'm excited to travel with you and to expose you to the way I do some of the things I do across, the world. Now, bootstrapping 101. Are you ready? I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to answer the question someone asked last week. By the way, I have a process, and I think I need to explain myself again. I give priority to people that are in my mentorship platform. The person who asked question was not there. And I think I didn't say it. So let me quickly say, if you were the person that asked me a question last week, all you need to do, send our office a message. They will get you into the mentorship platform. Whether the 180 days or the BEC premium, then it allows me to know exactly who I am talking with and then offer my best. I am a very detailed person when it comes to my mind. So I have a lot of DMs on Facebook. Someone sent me a message today and said, I noticed you build big things silently. I would like you to be my mentor. I ignore that message. If you want to be mentored, it's very simple. We have BC Club. It's open to everybody. Just participate in the free classes first. Then, if you want the attention much more than that, join the 180 days, which is still open, or join the BC Premium. And that way, I'll take you seriously. If I just keep throwing my time at everybody like that, I'll become very, very unproductive. So I can't just do that. I'd like you to consider that. How did we bootstrap some of the things we bootstrapped, and how you can do the same? One of my biggest bootstrapped product was Transcity. Simple ideas. That's why I wrote simple ideas on the board. We don't talk about these two. Transcity and Home. How we were able to raise funds for these two products. So I'm just going to tell you the story. You pick out the points from it, then you ask me questions. So what applied some years ago may not apply now. But if you can pick up some points from it, you can ask me questions, then I can now, tailor my answer towards your own peculiarity. You see? So we raised fund for Transcity. I don't know how to help you if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, actually, because my methods are strictly wired around the Spirit. Transcity TV app. As at the time we let go this app, I don't know, I think our valuation should be around 70K US dollars. The valuation of this one was around 30,000 USD. In total, these two products, that's at that time, not now that dollar don't, but we are about 100K dollars USD. If what I'm teaching now, you cannot catch sense from it, still, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help those that don't believe in Jesus Christ. Because if I tell you how we raise money for the seed capital, or what I call the sunk capital for this, SUNK. Try to read about sunk capital. You'll be shocked. Even me, I'm shocked. Are you still there? Let me try to see the comments on video. Let me use this for. I don't even know how, sometimes when people ask me questions, I don't know how I want to explain that to some people. But let me just explain it. Because I believe what works for one can work for many people, provided same principle is applied at that same time. All right. So, okay, you see, I have some of the things I thought. Please don't clean my board for church stuff. You can clean this. I don't want to forget what I wrote on the board. Now, are you all ready? If you are ready, type I am ready. You can't just be watching without dropping comments. I actually came to pick this phone to see your comments, so I know who exactly I'm talking with, and if I'm dropping value right away. Okay. We raised fund for this one by what you call word of knowledge. But actually, there's no such thing as word of knowledge in 1 Corinthians 12. I've entered scripture. I can't help it because I think my life is just built around practicing the word. What you have in 1 Corinthians 12 is actually knowledge. This was what we used. To one is given word of knowledge. No, the word there is not word of knowledge. The word is given knowledge. What people call word of knowledge most times is the gift of prophecy. The originals states that 1 Corinthians 12, it is just knowledge, a knowing, a supernatural knowing. And I have some of the people that worked with me, ORC Studio, I mentored ORC Studio. The big ORC Studio is one of my mentees. So when it was starting, I remember these were some of the staff I was using in Transcity TV those days. So, and I believe he's doing well. I don't really believe I know. Do we have live comments? Because I want to be sure that people are listening. That idea with you, you can use the same method. But like I said, in this second class, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to teach. I'm just going to teach and allow you to pick out points from there. When we built Transcity, remember the things I said last week, package your idea. I already laid all the foundation on bootstrapping, so I don't want to go back to it. Now I'm talking about the practicality, all right? The practicality of what I've been able to do, and some of the things you will still see me do in Kenya, Rwanda. I have a good news. Most of the things we want to do in Kenya, 90% is already done. We're just going to be doing 10% because it turned out that it turned out that what we wanted to do in Kenya, the pastor of Faith House Church in Kenya is actually a conveyance officer in Ministry of Lands and Housing, and I never knew. So she's done like 80 to 90% of what we need to do in Kenya for us, for those who have registered for this trip. And it just makes the whole thing serious. So we're just going to be signing all the things we need to sign in Nairobi and heading back straight to Rwanda. And maybe do a couple of meetings, much more in Rwanda, before we head back. Now, so use the teachings from last week to lay good foundation for yourself while I focus on practicality here. When we built Transcity, a packaged idea, it was streaming about 6 live channels and a lot of other videos, of course, taken from other sources. Please, are they able to listen to me? Because I see the network just rolling and rolling here. Okay, the audio is clean on YouTube. Okay, let's just proceed. A lot of other. We are streaming on 2 platforms. You can use any one that works well for you. Now, when we did put up this app, we had a challenge in the sense that we needed about around 1.5 to 2 million naira. That was 2015, 2016. So that should be about 15 to 20 million, like about $20,000 now in the valuation. Because a good car that you buy for 1.2 million at that time should be, maybe you'll be selling for 15 million now. Or 20 million, if not. So we needed, let's just say, X is $20,000. Now, this of our time, but it's not up to $20,000 that time. So we had this product. Number one, I don't have exposure to venture capital system. I don't have exposure. It was Adewale Yusuf that exposed me to what we now call registering for accelerator programs, where you prepare your pitch deck and all of. I never had an idea. I had an idea, but I'd never been exposed to any of those platforms before. And that's why association really matters. But 90% of my teachings boils down to what I call association. All right. Now, but bootstrapping, I learned that from my dad. See my dad create something out of nothing. And so I sat down in my office and I called one of our team members and I said, is there any celebrity in town? They said, no. But they did their research and found out that King Sunny Ade was going to be celebrating his birthday. And a lot of Nollywood people, what singers were going to be around. And I said, this is our opportunity for what we've been looking for. 2 million naira or about so has to go into visibility. And if we can get the visibility, we can make the money. So we branded this shirt with the small money we had, and we were at Civic Center. I sent our team there, very looking cute. You see, we had these special wares that the first time we did a meeting. Now, don't forget that Transit TV is a media company. We just converted it to tech. You can convert even your parfait to tech company, provided you know how to do all of these things. And that's one of the first thing I used to advise our mentees. I said, whatever you are doing, turn it to a tech company first. Because what some people would have seen at that time is video coverage and all of that, but the event coverage, that's not what we called ourselves. Mobile media streaming hub. That's what we branded ourselves. Though we offer event coverage services. But we're trying to build ourselves and telling people that we can offer them media buying services through our platform. You see? Now, to cut the long story short, my team was arrested because they did not get a license, a copyright license to enter into the event hall. And they were in the cell. God used a very, very vital person to bring them out. But in the process of bringing them out, they escaped, and escaped with one memory card because they had broken 4 other memory cards, including one memory card that one wedding that we shot was on it. It was very, very, I don't even know how we sorted that issue. I can't remember how we actually sorted that issue. Now, but I know we did sort it. I think we used to have backup somewhere, but it wasn't the full backup that they had. Now, because of the escape, they were looking for us. They were to slam us with a lawsuit. Now, this is where I said knowledge comes in. This one is not the general kind of knowledge. People call it word of knowledge, but it is a gift of the Spirit. It's called knowledge. And I said, God, I felt in me that we should be in that meeting. I just knew in me that we were supposed to be in that meeting to introduce ourselves. Now it has turned to trouble. And here we are, they are looking for our office address or even somebody's phone number that they can just write us on WhatsApp and tell us, start litigation issues with us. We escaped. And in the place of prayer, I just knew that I'm supposed to write them a letter with the company address letterhead. The letterhead bearing our company address and all of that. So I told Pastor K, who was the head of Transit that time, I said, write them a letter, use our letterhead. And he was a little bit skeptical. See, Pastor, I'm the one that know what I faced when they were arrested also. I don't think this is a wise idea. But he had learned over the years that most of the things I ever say that don't make sense, they end up becoming something that saves you. So he did. And when he did, they were very happy to receive the letter because now we said we are coming. And the content of the letter was 3. First, we acknowledged that what we did was not too right. Secondly, we have a product that we want to give to them, which we believe will be of help to them. Thirdly, we like to pay a courtesy visit to their facility, which they were very happy about because they were going to arrest us and now do a case so they can munch out some funds from us. So they gave a date, and through knowledge, I just knew that if I go on this date again, they were arrested. Now, it was my team that they arrested. Now, this time around, I'll be the one that they were arrested. So on that date, I think they were waiting. I called the team lead of Transit. I said, tell them that can they give us 3 days extra? I just needed 3 days to search my spirit. And I was able to catch some level of knowledge That's why I say knowledge. It is called knowledge, not word of knowledge. A knowing deep down within you that if you do this thing, this is what will happen. The day I showed up, they led me to their conference room up there. I was thinking police was waiting there. And who did I meet? I met King Sonny Ade sitting down. Said, this is the guy, blah, blah, blah. Said, a very young guy. You look very, very handsome, blah, blah, blah. CEO of Transcity, you built this app. Wow, streaming in how many nations? And that's why I say package your idea. You never know when opportunity will show up. Before I left the place that day, we signed a deal of 1.4 million, which later, now that's about 14 million naira now, turned to other open doors that we had. That was how we bootstrapped to raise this. We grew and it's no longer with us, but we've been able to cash out. One of the ways to also build companies, if you are actually building wealth, you can build companies that you are able to sell, you cash out, and you just let go of that company. All right. The same thing happened with OMOP. It just came or dropped upon my mind that somebody is going to buy your product, but build it in a certain way. And later somebody came, an American company came and bought it from us. So what are the fundamental points before I begin to allow you to ask questions? In bootstrapping, build an excellent product or service. Bootstrapping, whatsoever you have, if you need to sell your house or sell anything to build an excellent product, please do, because you will make your money back. Simple ideas, event coverage is a simple idea, but we turn it to a media streaming platform. Just fix a problem. Let your idea fix a problem. People have problem, just fix it, but fix it in an excellent way. Fix it in such a way that if anybody wants to invest, you are giving them an idea of a valuation that is already there. Let's say you have a cooking business and you want to start, and I want to invest in it. If I find out that by the time you are talking to me about your cooking business already has an app, all right? Can you please help me out here? Your cooking business already has an app. Your cooking business already has something excellent that when you are telling me the valuation is $45,000 as at the moment, I can believe it. All right. Then you are likely going to get the kind of fund you need from some people that you never expected you will get it from. I'm serious. What you just need to do is to build an excellent product. Represent whatsoever you want to bootstrap in an excellent way first. Secondly, pay attention to this gift called knowledge. A supernatural knowing on the inside. You just know. You can't explain to anybody. Till today, Pastor K asked me, how did you know that if we write letter to them? I don't know, but I also know. It's just a knowing. It's just a knowing. That's why you cannot afford not to speak in tongues. It's true. I remember those days I used to do 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. every day, just tongues. I slept in my office for 1 year. I didn't go. And in that 1 year, I just had this gift activated. I just know that this is what we should do. If we do it, this thing. And those things never made sense. None of it ever made sense. Today, I still use that same gift. It's that same gift that will function in me sometimes when I'm teaching in ministries, in our ministry, and you just see me mention things that don't make sense. It's called the gift of knowledge. I've been able to bootstrap with that gift. At least if you bootstrap something that up to $100,000, I know it's not much money, at least to some people. But no matter how small it is still money, sir. It can change someone's life. I think it's worth doing series on bootstrapping 101, and what I want to teach is what we call knowledge. And my book for teaching it is 1 Corinthians 12. I'm serious. 1 Corinthians 12. This thing works like juju. I'm serious. It's one of the things I've been trying to train people who work closely with me, and I hope they get it. It's a supernatural knowing, where you just know that if I do this and I do this, this is what will happen. Yet you cannot explain why. Sometimes I'm having a meeting and the only thing that comes to mind is sleep. Just sleep. Same spirit. Same spirit. I was working at the airport some years back, that fan in Lagos. And I was there with some other people who were students who came for IT, CWS. And I just knew in me that I'm not supposed to be here for more than 30 days. So within those 30 days, I had access to free Wi-Fi from FAN. So I used their Wi-Fi to download more than 70 videos of Hey Allen and watched those videos. Thank God I come home around. Sometimes they will have closed in office, they will leave me because I had a house in the quarters there. So they just know it's one of our staff. And after about 1 month, I just dropped my resignation letters. I'm not doing it again. Everybody thought I was mad. Where are you going to? I'm going to Ondo Town. Where are you going to Ondo Town? I don't know. I'm going to Ondo Town. I got to Ondo Town. I just knew you are supposed to be a lecturer. I applied to Wesley University. They got me in, started teaching in the laboratory. 3 years later, I never knew I would get a contract with Wesley in 7 figures. I won't mention the amount. But the relationship was already built. It's called the gift of knowledge. Gift of knowledge. You cannot be following Jesus Christ, and there's all there is about Jesus Christ is just you can speak in tongues. It's all of those things that happen. No practical, application in your business, in your finance is wrong. And one of the things that has happened to me the most in my life that I love is how God helped me to keep a low profile, yet this thing works for me like wildfire. If you count 10 pastors, I may not have exegesis. I may be the number 10 in exegesis, but I cannot be more than I cannot exceed beyond number 3 in practicality. I know what I'm talking about. Even the devil knows that I know what I'm talking about. So next week, I already thought I won't be able to reach you, but I'll be able to reach you. I just decided that we're going to travel with some of my gadgets because I don't want to miss the webinar on Tuesday. I want to show you on Tuesday. Deeper on Bootstrapping 101 by what we call the gift of knowledge. This has got nothing to do with prophecy. No. This is a supernatural kind of knowing. It's not even a word. It is when you speak it that it becomes a word of knowledge. You don't even have to tell anybody. This gift in itself is just called knowledge. And everyone that has the spirit has the manifestation of that spirit. It's just that we don't fan it to flame at the same level. For example, I know right now, I know members that will never leave me. I know members that will leave Faith House Church. In fact, the date they will leave, the month they will leave, who will be a pastor in the next 10 years, I know. Because I have this knowing, I don't talk to anybody about it. I don't even discuss it with anybody. But it helps me to plan my life. It helps me to know who to put pressure on in training, who not to waste time on. It just helps me. In ministry, it will help you. In business, it will help you. And why did I even start BEC Club? I found out that I focused only on ministry, but I have a lot of experience. I have used this thing while I was in business. Why should people be suffering when I can really teach them these things? Next week, Tuesday, is when I'm going to be teaching on the activation of knowledge for business, especially for those of you that want to bootstrap, you can bootstrap in such a way that you'll be wondering how you finally raised about $150,000 right now without stress. And for your information, when Adewale Yusuf was speaking, I want to tell you a little thing about him, about his background. But I look forward to networking some of our mentees with him, especially when it comes to the area of accelerator programs. I just want to pause. Like I said, I'm just going to tell you a story and you'll make sense out of it yourself. On Tuesday, I'll be teaching on bootstrapping 101. Again, still talking about bootstrapping and all that I know about it, and I'm not going to hold anything back. So I want to take time to answer questions now. So I will go on YouTube. If you have questions, you can just quickly type it in a summarized form. If I cannot answer it, I'll definitely give you an appointment of when I will answer it, but I want to see your questions very fast on YouTube. So while I welcome questions, I'd like you to take that Adewale Yusuf video again, and I'll be back to start answering questions.
I raised $1 million in less than 30 days without a formal pitch deck. It was 2021. We had just pivoted after attending a global accelerator. The accelerator mentors wanted us to look like a company they're familiar with to get funded. So we built a product customers didn't want. And honestly, I didn't believe in it either. One night at 1 a.m., I called my co-founder. Let's stop building this. We're going back to the original idea, which is now old school. Everyone doubted it, but I told them, what do we have to lose? So we launched after a few weeks, and it did $150,000 in revenue under 2 months and over 9,000 paying users. But we still needed more funds to deliver the product to users. So I called my friend Yele. He advised us to raise immediately to deliver the product. He also committed to invest $100,000 on the call, and we locked in the valuation, which was higher than our previous one. Then something wild happened. Almost everyone I spoke to committed. One investor wired $50,000 without a pitch. The round closed fast, and we ended up taking more than $1 million before saying no to the rest. Sometimes the most important thing you have as a founder is your gut. Trust it and take full responsibility for whatever follows. All the best.
So while I wait for other people's questions, and don't forget that I think the call for BNC trip is already closed. So if you haven't registered, I'm not sure you can still join us. But for those that have registered, I'm telling you are going to learn a lot on this trip. It's going to just get ready to be drilled. Your mind is going to come up afresh. I think some of you need to start taking leave every year to join me. We'll be in UK. We'll be in Rwanda. We'll be in Kenya. Uganda is not part of it, but it's just one leg into Uganda. Something has to do with what we do on BEC Club. And we're going to repeat that also in either April, and then we also have another leg in September. So if you're unable to join us for this February, start planning for April and for September. Now, I want to quickly answer Jerry Nwokolo's question last week. I want to believe that he is live. Are you there? Nwokolo Emeka Jerry, you spoke about electric bike. I think you're into logistics business and you want to bootstrap. Well, maybe you're trying to cut down costs. Your bikes have been having issues. I wanted to understand what you do because I have two bikes that I can talk to someone. It's not my own, but I can talk to someone to give you those 2 bikes and allow you to pay instrumental. They were brand new bikes that have been branded to be used for a logistics business, but they never used it and they've packed it for a long time. That was why. But still go through the right channel. Talk to my office, join the mentorship platform. Then it gives me the confidence. I just want to be able to track my work in the life of people. That's why I like following due process. So that's that for that. But more importantly is I want you to go through the right process. I got a bike for, I won't mention the name of the company. one of these people just reached out, starting a logistics business in what they call that place in Osapa, London. All right. And I just called one of the people. God bless. I like mentioning the name of good people. God bless Pastor Mebe Magbulu, very wonderful woman of God, and a very big business owner in real estate in Lekki. She has love real estate properties in Ajah. And what I did was to connect with her, and she gave, based on my recommendation, some delivery bikes to this company. Until now, they are nowhere to be found. So almost destroyed my relationship with her. And so I'm not going to do that again if you don't go through the right process. But I believe if you have such issues, if you are a mentee in BC Club or around what I do in mentorship, especially raising billionaires in business, I should be able to offer you that kind of help. I have some kind of network that could give you those kind of things easily and allow you to pay gradually. But I can also show you how you can get that done for yourself. But to be sincere, I don't think I want, this February is already off. I don't want to sit down and start doing all that kind of thing. Except you are joining us on the trip for BNC trip, which we have started and we will continue to do. Probably in one of the road trips or on the plane or maybe in a networking session, you can just ask, then I'll take time to explain that. But it's not something I can speak about online like this. The only thing I can offer is if you are in our mentorship platform, I could just look at what you have and then how you can break the payments and then sign a document that guarantees your site, write a letter for you, you take it to those places and they give you those items. You can start using them. At least I can get you two brand new that you can start using till you are able to, offset the old stuff. Good. Now, let me go to the next question. I have a web app that seeks to connect rental seekers directly with landlords. The project estimation is $20,000. I don't know where to begin. My team has an MPP already, but yet to buy a domain. Raise money, buy domain, launch, have the app, then take it to investors. And one of the reasons why you have to be on this BNC trip is we're going to be able, for those of you following me, if you have products like that, when I'm discussing with some of these our partners, some of these countries that we're traveling to, I can easily ask them to see, you pitch what you have to them, and you never can tell what is going to happen from there. Catch what I'm saying? So do your best to always get yourself part of these networking sessions that we do across the world. Now, the next question, which will be the last one for today. See, my second question, I have a registered project management company and I have 3 remote workers with me present. However, I need to know how I can have access to my own office space. It depends on where you want the office space. Office space is one of the cheapest things to have. I had, how many of you know, I think Sister Mosun, one of my very important people in our ministry, is, I can see her on Telegram. She knows about our office space at Regus. We pay less than 2 million for that office space. Let's say, about 2 million. I have a very good office space, private office space with lounge, AC, everything, and you pay gradually. So that's why I think mentorship is very important. Go to Regus at VGC at Vibranium Valley, close to the International Airport. Vibranium Valley, you get a very classic office that fits internationally, your international reputation fits you. You get there. Or, if you don't mind, let's talk. Probably on the trip, if you are part of those that we're going to be on the trip, we have a couple of properties in Magboro that we are not using, that is on the road. You can, if it will work, it's going to be on rental to you anyways, but we can just give you
concession, allow you to pay, patiently. And we have a team in charge of that. We link you up with them. And then if it works with you, but I don't think you need an office to sell all that you have. I think you need more of virtual office, because there's a product that is launching. And when they spoke with me today, I said, this address you put will not work. Launch a virtual office of 25,000 every month. It comes with a desk officer and all of that, because you don't really need to be in the office. You just need someone to be able to answer questions in case people want to come. What you should do is to be a foot soldier for your product and network with people that will partner with you and sell your product at least 1,000 bottles, 10,000 bottles per month. And there is a way to do that. So, which I cannot be saying here. So it depends on what you want to do. And I think when we have one-on-one meetings or networking meetings, I'll be in Lagos. This Sunday, I'm inviting you to worship at Faith House Church, Lagos. The address, send a message to our office line right now, because that's one of the best places to have my attention this Sunday. I think it's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'll be there in person. I'm inviting you to be there. And then after 11 a.m., I'll be sitting down to, have some talks with people. I think that's how to get my attention this Sunday. But I'm very sure you will do well. If we talk one-on-one, there will just be an answer anyhow. Then, on Monday, we also have some other meetings. So take advantage of that. So at this junction, I want to wrap up. I'll call it a day. I want to believe you have gained one or two things from the wisdom that I shared in this class. Next week, Tuesday, I'll be teaching on the gift of knowledge. Knowledge in bootstrapping 101. So if you are someone that hates Bible, just leave my class ahead of that day, but I don't have energy for ed jargons on Tuesday. God bless you. Raising Capital continues on Tuesday. You can do some other outro. Let's have an advert of BEC Premium. You can still join BEC Premium. You can see we have all of these good things that we are doing in the BEC Club. Please share the link with your friends that you care about, so that they can have access to all this information for free. BEC Club is free. See you on Tuesday for our next webinar, Raising Capital. Bye.
If you are seeing this video, you must have inquired about the BEC Premium. I'm here to explain it to you myself. Your net worth is a product of the kind of network that you have. That's what the BEC Premium offers. Imagine being in a circle where you have access to people like myself, Stephen Akintayo, and Dr. Cosmas Maduka, where you are trained and you are able to have access to international trips with these people. And the BEC Premium offers you the opportunity to get this done for just a fee, a one-time fee of the 500,000 naira, and annual subscription fee, which is very, very minimal. We will discuss that with you. If I were you, I'll get myself into the BEC Premium, knowing fully well that my life will never be the same, especially in my finances. Thank you for showing up and registering your interest. I want to believe that there is a number showing on the screen. You can talk with our team and they will run you through the process of how to join. Thank you. Now, before I go, I need to remind you that there are other benefits, such as helping you to monitor your portfolio, your investment portfolio, exposing you to high ROI investments, and also giving you hand-holding sessions into how to do all of these things. I'll see you at the other end. Regards.
I raised $1 million in less than 30 days without a formal pitch deck. It was 2021. We had just pivoted after attending a global accelerator. The accelerator mentors wanted us to look like a company they're familiar with to get funded. So we built a product customers didn't want. And honestly, I didn't believe in it either. One night at 1 a.m., I called my co-founder. Let's stop building this. We're going back to the original idea, which is now old school. Everyone doubted it, but I told them, what do we have to lose? So we launched after a few weeks, and it did $150,000 in revenue under 2 months and over 9,000 paying users. But we still needed more funds to deliver the product to users. So I called my friend Yele. He advised us to raise immediately to deliver the product. He also committed to invest $100,000 on the call, and we locked in the valuation, which was higher than our previous one. Then something wild happened. Almost everyone I spoke to committed. One investor wired $50,000 without a pitch. The round closed fast, and we ended up taking more than $1 million before saying no to the rest. Sometimes the most important thing you have as a founder is your gut. Trust it and take full responsibility for whatever follows. All the best.